Hello and welcome to my channel. So in today's video, I would like us to talk about motivation, getting motivated and staying motivated. In our life, there are times when we feel like giving up, when we feel like we are not good enough, when we doubt ourselves, when we just feel like relaxing in our comfort zone and doing nothing about our lives. Yeah, it has happened to me so many times in my life, yes. But I always try to get back on track. I try to get back in control of my life. Like, I always try to get motivated. Because when you're motivated, there is this feeling of being in control of your life that you get. There is this feeling of being in control of your well-being. There's this extra energy that you get in pursuing your dreams. So I try to get motivated. And the first thing I do? I look for things that gives me this drive to continue in this part. And the first thing I look at is the goal. Yes. Why am I doing this? I always try to keep my eyes on the prize. What am I bound to gain when I do this? There are two different types of motivation. There's the intrinsic motivation and there's the extrinsic motivation. Yes, the intrinsic motivation is the one that you do to yourself, that comes from inside, from who you want to be in life, from your desires, your personal goals. But the extrinsic motivation is the ones that comes with what you're bound to gain. You're bound to get money, or you're being motivated by those people that hate you, your haters, your naysayers. Yes, they can be motivation. Yeah, when people look down on you. Yes, these are the type of extrinsic motivation. But whichever way you get motivated, the main thing is that you're motivated and you're doing that which you're supposed to be doing. So the first thing I look at is my goal. What am I bound to accomplish? What will I gain if I continue on this path? Like, if you're a student and you want to be the best graduating student, you want a first class, you want a second class, you are a businessman, you're an entrepreneur, you want to make it in life, you want to acquire that house, you want that certificate, you are an artist, you are an actor, you're an actress, you have a role model that you want to be like. You want to be like Kim Oprah, you want to be like Michelle Obama, you want to be like the richest man in the world. Yes. If you feel like giving up, you look at these people, look at their lives, look at who you're going to be like if you continue on this path. Look at what you're bound to gain if you continue walking on this path. Because if you fail, you have never really failed, because you can always go back and continue. If you keep failing, you continue moving until you get to your goal. Yes, because the real failure is a person that gives up. The real failure comes when you have given up. So don't ever give up, and you need to stop doubting yourself. Believe in who you are. Believe in what you have. Maybe you're saying, I can't do this. I can't be this person. You have the same 24 hours in a day that they have. You can always do the things that they are doing if you put in more work, if you decide not to give up, if you continue working on that path. Yes, so don't let yourself to be discouraged. We humans, we are our own enemy. Yes, because there is no one holding you back to moving forward than you. The way to success is just a zigzag way. It is not straightforward, and you need to keep moving for you to get to success. It is not easy, but you just need to be consistent in whatever you are doing. Always keep your eyes on the prize. I'll use this short instant, like when I put to bed, like when I gave birth to my second baby. Yeah, I'd never experienced contraction before in my life, because I gave birth to my first baby through CS and then my second baby vaginally. So when I started feeling contraction, those of you that have a child, you know how it usually is. Like, it feels like dying. Like, it feels like hell. When I started feeling this way, I kept on moving. Do you know what kept me moving? Do you know what kept me pushing? Because I knew that very soon I'm going to hear the cry of a baby. Yes, I believed in that, and I continued in that path until I gave birth to my baby. It's just a short instance. Yes, so If you decide to give up, you decide not to push, no one is going to give birth to your baby for you. It is you that has to deliver. It is you that is responsible for that action. So for you to be successful in life, you have to believe in you. Believe in yourself. You have it in you. All you need to do is to build yourself. All you need to do is to be consistent. Do it every day. Try it every time. Don't try to be lazy. No, you need to stand up. You need to get out from your comfort zone and then put yourself into action. Because if you don't do that, nobody is going to do it for you. And another thing that helps you to keep being motivated is when you remember how you started, when you started, where you started, a little beginning. Maybe you're coming from a place where your parents are not financially stable, when you have a lot of people depending on you. Maybe you are coming from a place where everybody in your family is successful and you don't need to be left out. Yes, you can be motivated through that. Maybe you're also coming from a place where no one is doing well and you want to be that person that is doing great in your family, and you want to be the person that brings everybody out from darkness to light. It can always motivate you. Always remember where you're coming from. Always remember the people that depend on you. Maybe during the time you even got your admission into school, you had nobody to train you in school. You had to do little jobs for you to get money to train yourself in school. Maybe you collected a loan from someone for you to start that business. Maybe just those little things that helped you to begin. Always remember them. They can give you this force. They can give you this motivation. You tend to push yourself. Yes, it is very helpful. Never you forget how you started. Because when you remember that you actually have a reason to finish this. Another thing that you should do to keep you in track, to keep you moving. Always remember the people that doubted you. All the naysayers, always remember them. Because when people look down on you, you tend to stand up and show them that you can do this. People make different statements about people. People look down on people. People talk down on people. Yes, you can always use this. Some people, because you feel like you're greater than this person, you feel like talking down on them. When they say this to you, always remember it, because it is very important. Because when you remember these people, you remember that you don't have to give up. You remember that you're going to be mocked if you give up. It gives you this extra energy for you to stand, for you to get back in line. When I finished my secondary education and I was writing exams to gain admission into a university. So we were preparing for our jam, and sometimes I tend to be lazy. I don't read my books. Do you know what my mom always says? And it was a very big motivation to me. She won't even beg you to go and read. She will tell you, if you fail in that exam, you go and take my sewing machine and learn work. Like, she will always tell you that she has a second option for you. So if you don't pass, just always remember that the machine is looking at you. And during that time, I hated seeing that machine. Like, even though after school, I later learned how to sew. I've always loved sewing, though, but as a girl at that time, and because of the kind of family I come from, immediately you finish your secondary education, the next thing is your university education. And I wanted that for myself as well. Not only my siblings were in school too. So I had to be like them. I didn't want to be left out. So whenever she gets that idea of sewing machine, I get motivated immediately. I had to read my books and pass my exams. Okay, now let's get back to this. So you always remember those people that look down on you, that said you're going to amount to nothing, that said bad things about your family. You know, people always say things. Yes, people always say things, but they tend to forget what they said. But it is that person that you told that thing that will always remember, this is what she told me. This is what she told me. So if you know that person that have doubted you, you should always try to show them that you're better than that. It is a very big way of getting motivated. So in whatever you're doing, always be in touch with yourself. Always have this self-love. Because when you love yourself, you always have this feeling like putting everything together for your own good. Yes, don't be afraid of what people will say. Don't be afraid that you might not make it at last. Just do it, because if you don't do it, you're not going to get anything. You have to start from somewhere before you achieve something. You can't just be sitting down and then it comes to you. No, you work for it. Yes. So let's keep on keeping on. Never give up, and remember these things. They'll be very helpful to you, because they are helpful to me, because I'm running my own race. You're running your own race. We all are in this together. And I pray that the will of the Almighty be done. Yes. Thank you for listening. And please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like, comment, and God will bless you. Thank you. Bye.